When we talk about stuck and failure, those two specific words, they're different. And I'm going to tell you why they're different. When we talk about stuck, the problem is with that specific word, doesn't let you grow. It gets you paralyzed. It gets you to a spot where it's going to put you, there's not going to be no movement because you're stuck. It's like this, steady. On the other hand, when we talk about failure, it's our outcome that something happened in the processing and we fail in that specific time, in that specific moment, but it will give us the opportunity to go back to the table and do it again. That's something that happened to me years ago, happened to everyone. Doesn't matter what scale, where you at, and what level. Some point in your personal life, business, or ministry, we are gonna face that specific word, failure. But on the other hand, it doesn't put us in a spot where you're gonna get stuck. And this is what we need to be careful. This is why in my YouTube channel, I'm always talking about discipline. It is very important how you are going to develop your mindset. Um, so don't have a fixed mind. The problem with the fixed mind, it doesn't let you grow because it's fixed. It's one location, and we have to have an open mind to keep learning and so we can keep taking ourselves to the next level and keep learning from of course from God and from others. And this is gonna put us a different spot as a leader. Now let's go back and continue talking about a stock. So today's episode, I'm gonna go a little bit deeper and tell you my point of view when we get stuck and what happened in the process. And remember, I'm here as a coach to be able to coach you and give you some clarity so you can continue with that beautiful journey that you have with that specific dream that God has given you, that idea that you have in your mind, in your heart. The problem is a lot of times we get stuck and get you paralyzed in a spot and we don't know what to do. So let's go ahead and bring some clarity to today's episode. Now, the problem is if we get stuck, there's going to be a price that we are going to be paying. And I'm going to tell you which one. There's two for me. First one is time. Time goes by. The problem is we cannot control that specific time if we get stuck. It's just going to continue. Like right now, I'm going to tell you, it is 7:08 when I'm recording the studio from my studio that I have here. So this is 7:08 a.m. So it's early in the morning. I'm recording this. See, by the time I get done with this recording, I don't know, maybe it's gonna take me 20 minutes, the 25 minutes, I don't know, because when I do a recording, I just let myself flow and be able to teach and support so many beautiful people with so much potential. But right now, I'm gonna continue with my journey that God has given me in my personal life, business, and continue. So we need to be on stock so we can continue with that specific journey that we have, and we all do. We have a lot of potential. You have a lot of potential. Yeah, you're watching this video right now. You have a lot of potential. So don't let other people's opinion to stop you and continue with the beautiful dream that you have. But you probably heard me saying this in different episodes, different videos on my YouTube channel, that how when God gave me that specific dream in 2014 to start my own automobile repair shop, and I approached to three different people, and I was so excited. I told them about my dream that God gave me to start my own automobile repair shop. Of course, I had the tools, I had the knowledge. I was very excited. I was on fire. And the three people that I told them, first one, second, and third, oh Lord. Next thing you know, they just gave me the they gave me the did you gonna film the processing? I mean, literally got me so scared because I was starting something with zero, with no money. Listen to me, with no money, just using the talent that God has given me through generation in the automobile industry, fixing cars. That's what I did into the beginning of this year, 2025. I stepped back out of the industry. Of course, that's still in my blood because, like I say, I grew up in that industry. My grandfather did it in Puerto Rico. My dad did it, and of course, I took that industry to a whole new level. And I did expand my mind to be able to be the best of the best in that space, that niche that I was in. Now we are doing Gonzalez podcast and coaching using what I have learned in the process and support so many beautiful people, life coaching, business coaching, and then give them feedback and bring some clarity so they can continue with the journey. But being stuck right there, to me, it is a danger zone. You don't want to get stuck. I'd rather have you fail in the process and you can go back and do it. But if you stay there, it's going to cost you in what? In your time, also in financial opportunity. Imagine me if I would have stayed there and I would have listened to those three specific people that they gave me that wrong information. Guess what would happen if I would have listened to? I would have got myself a stock. I would have said, you know what? I'm not doing this. This is too much. I'm gonna film the process. And if I would have put my ear to them, I would have got stuck. 10 years would have go back. Nothing would have happened. I would have still but it would be working for somebody else and using my talent for somebody else. That's fine. But the problem is on it when God gave me that specific dream, and you feel, you feel when you have something in your heart, in your mind, that you feel very, very excited, and you just want to tell everyone. And a lot of time, listen, we all do that because there's emotion attached to that. You get excited. And my point of view as a coach from the external side, just be careful who you tell people. Just you gotta create like a circle around you, people that you can trust, people that you can go to, that you know that they're gonna give you some good feedback. And of course, through the word of God, that's one of the number one thing that you can do. Read it and ask God to give you direction through the Holy Spirit. There's a lot of good stuff, just gotta be careful with that, especially in the time, the 21st century where we are right now. Everybody's competing one each other. I know it's just it's a little bit different, but you can still do it. That's why I need you to where you at. If you're stuck, I need you to get what unstuck so you continue with the journey. So let's go ahead and get into the teaching today. Now, number one, lost time, you never get it, and that's the problem. If you stay stuck, that's going to be a specific time that you're never going to get back. And if I would have listened to those three people back then, I would have lost so much time. Matter of fact, let me go deeper than this. It came to a point that that I was talking even negative about my own dream in the beginning because I did put a lot of attention to those three people. And we need to be careful. The problem is once we collect that information if you don't have a good mindset, a good, very strong mind, what's going to happen? You're going to give permission to that information that you're receiving right there, and you're going to download it on your mind. And next thing you know, goes to your heart. And I say this before in my YouTube channel. You see how close your mind and your heart is? It's very close, very close. So then your heart's going to get infected with that information. And next thing you know, guess what's going to happen? Then you're going to start developing some emotion, and you're going to start getting angry. I'm not going to do this. Next thing you know, we start speaking. Then we're going to start speaking in the atmosphere, those specific words in the outside. And then we're going to create an environment around us with what? With negative information. And that really is going to put us more stuck in the processing. And it's going to be like a rope around you. It's going to hold you, because that's what the enemy wants. The enemy doesn't want you to accomplish that beautiful dream that God is giving you, that journey that you need to accomplish, that so much potential that you have inside of you, that you can be a great blessing for so many beautiful people out there. Yeah, you listen to me watching this video right now. You have a lot of potential. So just be careful with information that we start collecting from the outside. And you got to create a good mind. So, anyway, so this is the problem. If we get stuck, then the lost time, you're never going to get it back. The problem is on it, you get stuck on it, then you every day you hesitate to launch what? That idea. Invest in yourself. So you have to be careful. Now, in the Bible, Psalm 90, verse 12, and this is what it said in Psalm 90:12. Teach us to number our day, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. So we gotta ask God to teach us how to number our day. And when we ask God some direction, God is gonna give you some direction. Listen, I have done this so many times. When I feel that I'm gonna get stuck in something, I mean, I will act right away, because I don't want to stay there. And that's something that I had developed already, my personal life. And the problem is, everything starts with you. The business not gonna start without you. You are the brand. You are that specific person that you're gonna develop the ministry, the business, but everything starts with us. And the problem is, if we get stuck where we are, the business is gonna get stuck. So for me, what I do right now, if I feel something that because we are human, we we're not Superman, so we still in this earth. We are gonna go so much in our personal life. And what I have learned in my personal experience, when I feel that I'm going to get stuck somewhere, I'll act right away, because I don't want to put myself right there in that location, because I have learned from that already. And of course, the first thing that I do, I'll go to God and I start looking at the Bible, asking God some direction. And that also, I will approach to leaders, people that mentor me, to people that I can go to, ask questions, give me some direction, some clarity, so I can continue with the journey and that calling that God has given me. So that's just my point of view for all of you in our YouTube channel. Now, second one, missing financial opportunity. The problem is, if you stay stuck on it, you're gonna miss a lot of good financial opportunity. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you get stuck right there, then you're not gonna develop the beautiful business or the ministry that you have, the business that has been inside of you, to develop that idea that you could be a great blessing for others, also for yourself, for your family, to be able to support yourself financial. So it is very important. Everyone has got a skill. Everyone got a story. The problem is what we are going to do with that. What we're going to do. What we're gonna do with the specific skills that we have developed? You're gonna leave it there, the beautiful story that you have, because being stuck, that's not you. You need to be on stock and keep developing that skill more. And I'm gonna tell you something. I have been in the industry, like I said it before, for so many years in the automobile industry. And what I did with the skill that God gave me fixing automobile, and I'm gonna say this very humble, but for those 10 years in our beautiful city in Palmetto, the state of Florida, we became the number one shop for those 10 years. We did. Because I said it from the beginning, if I'm going to be in that industry, the skill that God has given me, I'm going to develop, I'm going to take this to a whole new level. And it came to a point, matter of fact, came to a point, even dealerships from different car manufacturers, they used to take cars to us for us to figure out, but they couldn't figure out the problems, especially with diagnostic, troubleshooting, electrical problems. We became so good. And of course, that started with the leader and me being the leader, the owner. If I want to be able to scale up that business, it needs to start with me. Now, if I don't grow as a leader, the business is gonna stay right there. It's not gonna grow because when we talk about the brand, we are the brand. We are the skill. So we need to keep growing to take the business to the next level. So it is important for us to not to stay stuck as a leader. I don't want you getting stuck. I don't want you being stuck. I want you to continue to keep developing that skill that you have. Whatever it is, um, this is something that I recommend. Get a notebook and a pen and start writing the stuff down. You know how many stuff I write down? I have notebook that I'm always writing, even with something books that I read, and I got books around here that I even bought even for one chapter. That was it for one chapter because soon that I read that chapter kind of hit me that a specific phrase. That's it. So the specific phrase that author said in that specific book. I got books only for one page that I bought it, but it touched me. It ministered to me in my own personal life, my mind, my heart, and then kind of blessed me. So I said, well, I gotta get that book only for that, so I can keep it, so I can go back when I feel and I'm going through that spot. I can go back and revise it, and then so that's something that I need you to continue to develop that skill that you have because you have a story to tell. What is that story? We all have a gift. We all could be a blessing for somebody else. Now, the problem is, fear holds you back, so your income. And the problem is when we stay stuck, then we are going to develop other specific words like fear. And next thing you know, there's going to be another and tap on another word, another word. And it's amazing that how words it can put us down. It will affect us in our emotion. It will affect us who we are as a leader. It will affect us also on our integrity, confidence. It will affect us so much. Even our own legacy, it will affect us. So much specific word. Even like when we mention stock, fear, failure, those are just a specific word, but it will affect us in our mind. That's why I'm always saying you have to develop a very strong mindset. Do not, do not download anything that doesn't line up with you, with your value. Do not download it. And the words up here. It's gonna be up to us if we are gonna give them permission. The problem is a lot of time we give permission to the wrong information. And guess what happened? We give them permission, we download them. Once it's in here in your mind, that a specific word is gonna go around. It's gonna be like a virus like in the computer, in the Windows computer. When a virus goes in, different codes. That's what it's just code. With that specific code, when you get that code, reject that code. You have to go back and delete it. The problem is sometimes we get hypnotized and it looks so good that we close our eyes and go ahead and download it. Once it downloads in your mind, it will affect your heart. It will affect your emotion. And this is where it becomes dangerous because it's going to put them in a spot. And that's what the enemy wants you. The enemy doesn't want you to move forward because he knows the potential that you have. He's going to do whatever it takes to stop you. So just be careful with that. And a lot of time, you know, it put us in a spot, and I'm gonna say this in my notes. Watch this. Stuck people watch other rise and wonder what if. Now that specific word, what if? What if I fail? What if they say no? What if this business idea doesn't work out? You see, it's amazing how a specific word can put us back. Next thing you know, what is it? What if that doesn't work out? What if that idea that I have doesn't work? Even before to continue with our journey, what are we doing first? We're starting to develop blocks in front of us. We haven't begun yet in the processing. But the first thing that we do, we start repeating something in the atmosphere because somebody else said it, and we capture that, and then we take that and we make that as us when that's not yours. That's somebody else. That's not yours. What if we change it to what now? What now? You need to put yourself in the driver seat. Listen to me. If you feel you're on the passenger side, you don't belong in the passenger side. You belong behind the wheel. You belong in the driver's side. Put yourself now. What now if you put yourself on the driver's side? Now I'm going to take control of my own personal life so I can continue with my journey. Where do I need to be? And you're going to turn the GPS on. The GPS is going to be God, give me that direction because I am going to continue with my journey, with my dream that has been stuck for the past year, 2 years, 3, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, doesn't matter. Now, the good thing about this, once you lined up yourself again, when you think that's going to take you 5 years, I can actually do the process and right away and get you back on track because remember, God controls the time. We don't have any control, but He does. Guess what happened? He will give you the acceleration. He put you back in track. You know why? Because you were obedient to go back in and continue with that journey and that dream that God has given you. So instead of saying, what if I fail? What if? I say, what about what now? If I do this, if I take my mind, align myself again one more time and take the vision and run with it. Now, the problem is every time that you ignore you calling, you're going to feel like this. I'm not good enough. I'm not ready. And you start ignoring your calling. This is what's going to happen because you're going to ignore, I'm not good enough. I can't do this. It's amazing how sometimes we talk so negative even before we start. Even before. Sometimes we need to go somewhere nice and quiet. And I don't know, anywhere. To the beach or somewhere in a spot. And we need some time go take time for ourselves. Close our eyes and ask God, I have failed you in the process, but I want to go back in. Give me some clarity. Line me up again so I can continue with the vision that you give me. Sometimes we need to kind of slow down and go back to the table. And there's nothing wrong with this to go back to the table. Go back to the table whatever time you feel like. Remember, we cannot control the external. And you're gonna hear me saying this as a coach always. I cannot control somebody else, but I can control who I am. Robert Gonzalez, I ain't control. I can control in the outside what I'm gonna give permission, yes or no, to download that information here. Now, over the years, I have learned so much that I know if something comes into me, I say, "Whoa, stop. First of all, I need to revise it. I need to look at it. I need to study that. Okay, I give it permission to download in my mind so I can benefit who I am as a leader, because I know if it benefits me, it will benefit the business and also it will benefit others that I give them support. But we need to be careful. So my point of view, take some time for you. Go to a place nice and quiet, close your eyes, meditate in the Lord, in the Word, and ask God for direction. But you still got time. So I want you to get where you are, stuck, get yourself unstuck so you can continue. The problem is, if we stay there, that's going to delay your destiny. Your voice, your story, what do you have? That book that it being inside of you that you want to write that beautiful story. That story could be a blessing for somebody else. Wow. So keep that in mind. And one last thing, I'm almost done. Don't let fear silence your mission. Don't let anything else silence who you are as a leader, as a business owner, ministry. You know how I have come across so many beautiful potential ministries. I have come across so many of them, but for some reason, the one person out they went through something. Next thing you know, all that dream shattered. Then they went back and they stayed there. That beautiful business. You know how many beautiful business have I come across? Now that I'm doing this podcast and coaching, supporting people, has given me the opportunity to be able to talk to so many beautiful people. Wow, so much potential. I talked to so many of them. The first thing that comes out of their mind, I'm a failure. I'm not good. And I start asking questions because when us as a coach, me as a coach, what we do is kind of bring clarity, ask the right question. How true is that? How true is that you're saying that you're a failure? How true is that? Oh, you don't understand, but I'm asking you, how true is that? That's not true. That was somebody else's opinion. The problem is we made that opinion like it is our, and next thing you know, it paralyzes you. What the problem is, once you get you paralyzed, you stay like this. No movement. And this is what stock does to people. So stock is more danger than failure. Failure, you fail the process, you can continue. The problem is when you stay there, then you're gonna start develop different words. Stock, fear, failure, I'm not good, I don't have the potential, I am nobody. And next thing you know, one to another, one to another, one to another, it gets piled up. And the last thing is, and then you look at your legacy. Your last name. Yeah, your last name. This is something that I had I have activate because my last name is Gonzalez. My grandfather's from Puerto Rico. My father in Puerto Rico, and then but my last name is Gonzalez. So I went back and I did a revision with my last name and came to a point. My last name from my previous generation, the world business people, but came to a point that shadowed in between. It was a period of time that like my grandfather was a business guy, and then that shutter and it stays there for so many years. No, there was nobody in business. So me coming back in 2014, open my, it kind of revised that again one more time. It did activate it. Sometimes we have to go back, look who we are. What is your last name? Activate it. Boy, the way to activate it, you got to get yourself unstuck to continue. So you are gonna be the one to open up the door for your kids, for your grandkids, for your generations coming behind you. So you become the gatekeeper. You're gonna open that door so you can let your future generation coming behind you with your last name and continue with the path. You're gonna be that example. So remember, I need you to get unstuck and continue. So also, we are going to continue with the teachings like this to be able to bring support because I want to see you succeed. I don't want to see you on the same level. It's time that we need to shake up ourselves again and then don't let other people's opinion affect you who you are. You got to block your ears. Sometimes you got to stay focused on what you want to accomplish. Now, if this video has been a blessing to you, share the video, like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Every time that we upload a video, you're gonna get a notification. If you are in any social media platform like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, we are in those platforms. I don't know which one you're using, but whatever you're using, I'm always try to keep myself bringing something good, something that I can so you can apply it and use it for your journey. Visit gonzalezpodcast.com and we have a good information there. It's going to tell you what is coaching about. We do financial for coaching too. We can tailor any coaching, whatever you need. I'm here to bring some clarity as a leader. Also, if you need some, usually give out like a free 30-minute clarity, set up an appointment, pick the day, the time. There's going to be a phone number right there. I will call you back. We can spend 30 minutes, give you some support, where you at, where you need to be, so you can continue. And then if it works out, then we can give you coaching, personal, business. Remember, your journey doesn't stop here. Your journey needs to continue. There's a lot of people waiting for you because they are going to get blessed by your skills and with your story. Now, you'll be blessed and remember, conquer what belongs to you. Bless you. Bye bye.